Back to my channel. Today is the start of our September sourdough bake-a-thon. Okay. I am a little under the weather. That's why we started just a little bit late, but it's okay. So if you are new to my channel, we have these bake-a-thons every single month for 7 days out of the month. This month until probably sometime early next year, we're going to be doing them for 5 days out of the week. So as of right now, we're just going to go based on my schedule, and it's going to be 5 days instead of seven. It might be more, it might be less, but I'll let you know. Hey, Juliana, for September, we are doing 5 days. Okay. Today, I decided that we're going to make some sweet potato pancakes because one, I need breakfast right now. So that is what we're going to be doing. If you are also new, all we do is use this guy right here. This is my sourdough discard. We started back in March and we've just been using it ever since, trying to actually make as many things as possible, anything we could possibly think about. Yay, I'm so happy you're here. I really am. I haven't seen you in a while on these lives. I missed you, girl. So we're just gonna think of anything. So if you have any suggestions, let me know what you want to see. Don't forget to vote for what you want to make for the remainder of the 5 days. Okay, so 4 days, right? So I'm just gonna show you. Also, too, I'm a little under the weather, so it might not be my usual self. Okay, I'm tired. Yes. So this is our discard. This is right, Junior. Can you see the little discoloration happening? Like you see a color right here. Can you see like a little dot here? I think it is because of the condensation that happens after the fridge. I could be wrong, but I like to just scrape it off. I really think that's what's causing it. It's not mold, doesn't smell. It's just a different color. I just like scraping it off just so that once I mix and blend, everything is good. I would know if there's mold. I never had any issues with mold, but I mean, you would know as well. Oh, it's almost 4. Well, I'm happy you're able to join, honestly, because I missed you, man. We missed your presence. I think I haven't seen T in a little bit. Kids back to school. I know she was doing the markets as well, but I'm happy you're joining. So if you're just joining, we are gonna get started with our sourdough sweet potato pancakes. Now, have I been neglecting my child? Yes. Not a good, not being a good mama. So I need to get back on track with Fred because he needs a little love right now. We'll show. I'll show you him a little later, but that's okay. So we're gonna keep it simple. There's no eggs in this recipe. It's a pancake without eggs, but like I don't even know. I don't know. I'm missing them. I know Mr. Perfection. um, He hasn't been feeling well, and I think there's something wrong with his phone. So he may not be joining. T, I haven't seen T in a while, so I'm not sure if she's coming, but hopefully she has. But it's okay. We'll be good. So I'm just looking at there's a little discoloration on my discard. It's not mold. I mean, it better not be mold. I just don't know what it is. I really think it comes from the condensation that actually happens. But I'm trying to do a little housekeeping before we actually start because this is what we're using. So this is what he looks like. I mean, he's super active in the fridge. As you can see, right? Super active. So we're gonna just stir in this, and then I'm gonna measure it out so that we can start. because I don't want this to be too long because I am not feeling well. So we'll see what we can do. Okay. Now, put my chunky bowl, use my scale. Now we're gonna add about 200 grams of this. If you hear the dogs, they're not mine. It's my neighbor's dog. Two will, two of them. So this card was kept in the fridge. So this is the room temperature. This is cold. Okay. We're gonna use 200 grams discard. Now this is my first time making this recipe. I kind of just put some stuff together. Hopefully it works. This is how we do things over here. Hopefully it works. Works. If it doesn't work, we try again some other time. But it's fall, so we are gonna get our sweet potato and pumpkin on. But I am in Toronto, and unless I go to some kind of specialty market, I can't find pumpkin until October. It doesn't make any sense. Why pumpkin all year round? But jeez, this whole marketing thing. Like I want pumpkin soup all year round. So I'm gonna go hunting for pumpkin so we can at least have like a pumpkin something for the next 5 days. But we'll see. But don't forget to vote for what you want. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be delicious. And these ones are not gonna require you to rest them for 3 to 4 hours. A lot of the things that I want to make this time around, they are going to be mix and bake because if you know, you know. Sourdough needs time. I don't have the time. So we're gonna do what we can. So I have my computer monitor here just because sometimes my chat disappears, okay? So if you don't see me answering, it's not because I'm ignoring you. Sometimes my chat just does what it wants to do. Okay, so we have 200 grams of this chard. I would say unfed, but mine is active in the fridge. So fed, active, either way, just use your discard. All about using what you have. You'll probably get a slightly different end result, but it'll still be delicious. Because no two starters or discards are the same. Ever. So just use what you have. It's pretty much what I have to tell you. Okay? So we are gonna add our sweet potatoes. So for the sweet potatoes, I just roasted them in the oven this morning. I need about 120 grams. So I roasted two because I wasn't sure how much one was gonna give. I might need a little bit of two. So that's just what I'm using. So it's the regular American sweet potato, yams, if that's what you call them. You already know. So I'm just taking the skin off. In other recipes, I would definitely keep the skin, but I don't want any kind of skin in my pancakes. Now, I really it works. Hope it works. So we need 120 grams, and one was actually enough. One was enough. So I'll save one for tomorrow, depending on. So one was enough, just depending on the size. So that was like a small. I think that was a small sweet potato. So this is pretty much how much sweet potato we're about to use. Now the only thing that I need you to note, and a note for myself, is that the sweet potato has a lot of moisture. So depending on how or thin the mixture is, may either need to add additional liquid or flour. My only problem with that, it might be a little gummy. I don't do gummy. Don't like it. We've done sourdough long enough to know that's not what I'm trying to do. This also doesn't have any baking powder, commercial yeast, or um, baking soda. I am actually trying it without baking soda. The last sourdough pancakes I had did have baking soda. I'm kind of iffy on this right now. We'll see. We're just gonna go through and see what we have. And if you're watching the stream, don't forget to like it. You know, it helps. It helps me help you. I keep coming back and doing this. How was your day today, Juliana? Okay, so we're gonna add the sweet potato to the discard. So this is 120 grams of sweet potato, which is about half cup. Okay. The discard is about 1 cup, give or take. I usually use weight, so my cups may be off by a little. Okay. And then we need, I'm gonna add some salt here. We need some milk. I have canned milk, which I like to use. You can use box milk, bag milk, whatever type of milk you have. If you have cream, you can use a little bit of cream but dilute it with water, right? Just to thin it out. You can use table cream, same thing. You can dilute it with a little bit of water. You can, um, if you have whey made something, you can do that. If you make butter and you have buttermilk left over, you can use that. Like, you can use water. Okay, just use whatever you have. That's pretty much my theme over here. I don't send you to the store to buy a lot of exotic ingredients. Just whatever we have because we're on a budget over here. Okay, we make what we have work. That's what we do over here. Okay, so for the milk, I'm gonna start with 180 grams. That is roughly 3/4 cups. It's 180 to 200 grams or milliliters. But the problem for me is I don't know how wet this batter is going to be. So I'm starting with 180. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to use some canned milk, maybe about 50, 60 grams. And then I'm going to add water to dilute it because the canned milk is thick. But it also gives a nice rich flavor that I like when it comes to any product that I use. That's what I like doing. And don't forget to vote for what you want to see tomorrow. We're back here again tomorrow. So you can see 180 grams. Again, if you use milk in the box, you can just do it as is. You don't have to dilute it. The only things that I dilute are the things that are rich. Like, so cream, canned milk, table cream sometimes. Just depends. There's also no eggs in this recipe. These are things that are outside of my norm because I don't normally make pancakes without eggs. But about to see if it's gonna work. Then you're gonna mix your discard with your sweet potato, right? For the sugar and the sweetness. You can use maple syrup, you can use honey, you can use sugar, brown sugar or white sugar. I think I'm gonna be using brown sugar. I took both out because I wasn't sure what I wanted to use. And it's gonna be a tablespoon. Now, this is where you, as the person that's eating this, you need to decide the level of sweetness. Some people like sweet pancakes, some people don't because they add the syrup later. Um, Taste your sweet potato first to see how sweet it is, right? If it's sweet, you may want to just completely eliminate the sugar. Don't have to use the sugar. Um, if it's not sweet and you want just an added boost, add some sugar or maple syrup. Add a sweetener. Whatever sweetener you have or what you like to use, you just add it. So I'm just using brown sugar. You know, do I know what's gonna happen? No, I do not. Now I'm gonna add the salt. Typically, I don't like adding the salt to the yeast, but YOLO. You just gonna do it. Salt is about half a teaspoon. So we're just gonna add that. The salt enhances the flavor, in case you were wondering. So if you've ever eating anything and it's like, huh, where's the salt? That's why. It may not taste good. The product may not taste as good as it should because there's no salt, right? So always add your salt in moderation. Or if you have a salt substitute that you like, maybe it will work. Don't ask me if it's gonna work because I don't know. I only use salt. Okay. So we mixed here. This is the consistency so far. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a thin or thick batter. I want it to be nice and fluffy. I don't want it to be dense and gummy. Don't want that. So we're gonna add the milk. And in the same container, because I really don't want to wash a lot of dishes. You know, don't have the energy today. We're gonna just melt some butter. If you don't want butter or you're vegan, you want a vegan option, use your vegan butter. If you don't want to use butter, period, use a neutral oil. Okay. It's gonna be about 20 grams butter or neutral oil, but it's gonna be melted. So the neutral oil would be like vegetable oil, canola oil. Um, it's not necessarily neutral, but it does add flavor. Coconut oil, you can use that as well. That will work. I like using coconut oil in things. It doesn't give an overwhelming coconut flavor. It actually gives a nice end product, which I like. So you just have to find your preference in how you want your end product to taste. Don't use olive oil because who wants to eat something baked with olive oil and making it taste like olive oil? No, it's too strong. Maybe like grapeseed oil, that's kind of neutral, avocado oil, type of oil like that. Something that doesn't have smell. Again, the coconut oil is just it's not neutral, but it is an added flavor. Okay, this might be a finish. But now we'll see. So we added the sugar, we added salt. We're gonna add some spice into this mixture. It's usually, who knows? I usually add the flour with the spices. Okay, so I melted the butter. Just gonna add this. Now my hopes is I don't have to rest, but some baking powder, not baking powder. There's no baking soda in this. Baking soda would just actually aerate it, make it a little light. Because in my experience, sourdough discard products, if they're not rested for the right amount of time, they will become dense and gum. That is not what we want. I've done it. I don't like it. Okay. Still eat it. It's just I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. So, okay. So this is, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. So I'm just going to get the flour ready. So we're gonna add the spices to it. And with the spices, you can play around with any type of spice you like, honestly. Shoot, cinnamon, nutmeg are not the only spices you can use. Play around with it. Ginger, cardamom, even spices I don't call. You can play around. You can make it work with anything as long as you have the right ratios because you don't want something like cloves are overpowering. You don't want an overpowering sensation. So maybe instead of half teaspoon of cloves, you kind of do like maybe like an eighth teaspoon just to get the subtle warm flavor. And it's fall. So why not? So I'm gonna add cinnamon and nutmeg. I'm gonna add a little bit of ginger. Now, if you want to add fresh ginger, why not? Grate it. Grate the fresh ginger in, mix it in with the batter, and then you have a nice warm ginger flavor. I'm only using the dried stuff because I don't keep anything else. So, so I'm just telling you what I would do if I had the time to, really like dig into this recipe. So that's some ginger. That's about a quarter teaspoon. I also want cinnamon and nutmeg in here. I'm using fresh nutmeg. Don't really measure. I just eyeball it. And the dried nutmeg, I would say maybe either quarter or 8 teaspoons. Don't think about it too much. Just, just add it. Maybe an eighth teaspoon. Because nutmeg also is overpowering if you add too much. So it just depends on the flavor palette you're going for. I say experiment. If you want to add vanilla extract, you can. If you have vanilla bean paste, you can add it. Honestly, just experiment. Whenever, like I told y'all, when these recipes, you see the blogs and they have recipes, I don't want to follow. But it's bad. I don't follow instructions very well. This is not quite half a teaspoon, it's just a little dash. Now, it also isn't a lot of flour, so I don't want to overpower it, but this is all we got. Now, if you were going to use baking soda, because I think I might, I don't know, you're going to use about half teaspoon. The baking soda really and truly it's just the aerated. It helps. It reacts with the acidity of the discard, and it just helps this thing, your batter. That, that helps it. Yeah. So, yes, that too. You don't want to discolor it. But as you can see, this is what it looks like now. But when we actually put it in, it might change. It might get it a little brown. Maybe I'm looking for the rich sweet potato color, right? It just depends. So the flour was 120 grams, and then I just put a little dash and splash of spice here and there. So we're just gonna add it in, and we're gonna mix it. Don't mix it too. I was gonna say heavy, but not heavy, but rough. Gentle. Mix it gently. Just kind of stir it in because you don't want to overdevelop it. We're not trying to make bread. You don't want a tough pancake. That's the worst thing. So this is where you would actually check to see if your batter is too thick or too thin. And this might be just right, but I also want to make sure I get all the flavors of it. And don't forget to like the stream. We're back here tomorrow based on what you guys hope for. So like it, come back, join the fun. We're gonna be here for the next 7 days. 5 days, not seven this month, 5 days. Making all things possible with sourdough. So I'm just checking. As you can see, there is no rising agent, only the discard, but you can also see like it's very airy, if you can see that. Now, if you want to add chocolate chips, raisins, nuts, now would be the time. Or you add it right as you're cooking it. Okay. So I'm just gonna let it sit, and the time it takes me to heat up my pan and everything, that's when we're gonna really add this high baking soda. You have to take it out as it cook it. right away because you can't let things sit with baking soda. However, it's looking good. It's looking very aerated, light, and fluffy. It's not really pourable, so it might be a thick batter. It might be thick. I don't know if it's gonna be fluffy. I don't know if I need more milk. Let me just heat my pan up. We'll see. Because I don't want it to be too thick. I also want it to be, pancake. This will probably make a good uh, waffle. Because it's thick. This would probably be a good waffle batter because it is thick. So since we're here, I'll heat up the waffle as well. I suspect this would be a better waffle batter, but we're gonna do both. That's why we're here. We are gonna do both because I think really it's thick. Now, do I often make pancakes from scratch? No. But when I do, they're not as thick, right? If we just oil that, it should be good. So we have two taste the test. We can see if it works good as a pancake batter, but as a waffle batter. See, this is why I love doing this because it does look thick. It does look thick. Okay. Okay. But these are waffle sticks. I had gotten them to make waffle desserts. So they're not going to be full waffles, but I can spread them enough that they will be fine. I think this batter looks like a waffle batter to me. But remember, there's also no eggs in here. So we're gonna see how this works. So this is gonna be here. We're gonna use oil in the waffle iron, and then we are going to add a little bit of butter in this one, and we should be good. I'm just looking at our who's in the lead. Tomorrow and looks like one person voted. Come on, guys, vote for what you want to see tomorrow. We're back here tomorrow. I need more votes for it to be equal. It's a democracy, people. If you're able to see the polls, just vote. If your option isn't there and you want something else, you gotta let me know. Gotta let me know in the chat. You do. You gotta let me know so I can be like, oh, okay, maybe we can do that at some point. We're now at the clumsy part of the live stream. Okay. So usually if I have a spray, like the cooking sprays, I would spray, not do this. Cooking spray. So I'm just doing this before I warm it up. The pan seems to be hot. So we're gonna test one in the pan, and we're gonna test one here because if I have to thin it, we'll thin it for the pancakes. You can see where I'm going with this. So here, and this looks like it's good. It's rested. I'm gonna move you over so that you can see here. So this is where we're gonna be testing the my brain. Oh, cheese. I think we're gonna need to thin it a little for pancakes. I think it's a good waffle batter. It's too thick. The pancakes are gonna be But this is me overthinking because it might work, right? You can use oil, butter, whichever. I go between oil and butter for my pancakes. It just depends on how I feel. You can use a ladle. I don't have a ladle, but I do have one, but I'm not gonna use a ladle if you want. But I think I'm iffy on this. It could be good. It could not be. There's a lot that could happen here. Trying to get it a little round. We'll see. See if we got that. It's essential. Take a look with the bubbles popping up. We'll see. But don't forget to vote. We're back here tomorrow. I think we're back at 10:30. It just depends. The schedule is a bit wonky right now. So we're just gonna have to see. Okay, the bottom isn't sticky. We have little air bubbles coming up. So we're just gonna see how well this is gonna go. Yeah, so air pocket, air pocket. Okay. So we kind of just rested it for maybe like 10 minutes, like really quick, nothing serious. It's gonna be interesting to see because I felt like pancakes this morning, and since we're doing the bake-a-thon, I might as well just do sourdough pancakes. Right? I don't know. I don't know. I never know. This is the part where I always doubt. I have one or two air pockets, like bubbles, not a lot, but it may need the baking soda for it to actually like to give you that real pancake vibe. It may need some baking soda in because there's none in the batter. This is straight this. Yeah. It's not giving. It's not giving what I'm looking for. So we may have to doctor this and add some liquid and then add the baking soda just to get the pancake back. Listen, this is how recipes don't always go according to plans. They don't. Because right now, I got like two air pockets, but nothing serious. It's looking translucent, so it's food, obviously, because you can see it on the top. But it's not giving that pancake look. I know the first one doesn't really never turns out, but it shouldn't be questionable, you know? The first one shouldn't be questionable. Should be should be good, right? Shouldn't be like, wait, what are we making? Maybe not butter, maybe oil. See, all of that makes a difference. Maybe not butter, maybe oil. Okay. I think we need and some baking soda. I think that's what we need. Oh, my gut is saying we need a little milk, just to thin it a little. Yeah, see, it's giving that, but it needs the baking soda. This is gonna be dense. I can tell you that just by touching it. So we're gonna go for it. And it is thick. So I'm gonna wait for this one to see how it would look with batter as is as a waffle. But don't watch this and be like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? We do this all the time, okay? This is the life we live. We test and experiment and then be like, okay, this is how it was supposed to be. But you get the pancake vibe, right? You get it. But it looks dope. So it needs a little help. It's a little bit. Are you ready? Yeah, it needs a little help. So we're gonna switch this to a little bit of oil. And then after we do the test for the muffin, not the muffin, the waffle with batter as is, we're gonna hope for the best. He said every time I make one listen, it's so questionable. It's like, why okay? Who's your mother? Not me. But you can see the little nice hardness thing. I'm telling you, it's going to be dense and doughy, and that's not what we're looking for at all. I always know. It's always a sign. Just the look of it, you can tell that's what's going to happen. And that's how I know because I've made enough dense sourdough products the last couple of months with you guys to know what to look for. Because although the batter is the sourdough starter, sorry, the discard was alive, it definitely it needed some help. It needs some help. Maybe if I had rested it for like a full like 20 minutes, it would have given it enough time to like do its thing, ferment and all that. I mean, it's already fermented, but to just rise and create the air bubbles. What's the time for that? I'm pretty sure if you let it rest, right, it'll be fine. It's a pancake, but I know it's going to be gummy. So we're going to switch this to oil. And I'm basically trying to dry it out, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because if it looks too translucent, it's still it's another thing that I learned. And by translucent, I mean glossy. It's no longer as glossy as it was. Too glossy, it's still there's still some cooking that needs to happen. We're not even to that, you know? Okay. This is all the fun. This is gonna start. Fine. So this guy is ready. So we're gonna do a test. Yeah. Okay. So the first one, you know, it's the alien baby. This is the questionable child. Like, why you want to break in four places? Like, you want to break here, you want to break here. What's up? They will give me the air bubbles, a lot of bubbles that you usually get when you make pancakes. So that's another thing that I'm looking at. Maybe the recipe needs to be doctored a little. Who knows? Right? But it's okay. It's okay. It's so much. So I sure am. Okay, so this one's done. I'm gonna move you over to here because we are going to add it to the waffle maker to see if that works. If the batter as is good for a waffle maker, okay? And then we're gonna doctor it because I actually want pancakes and not waffles. That's just where it's at today. So we are going to do that. First one down. Okay. So this is nice and hot. Just gonna freeze this. Just a little. I don't want a lot. And don't be as slow as me. Like you gotta move it, right? Not feeling. So I'm slow. Right? Maybe I'm slow all the time. Not gonna do the whole. Gonna do. It didn't even. But see, you're not. You didn't. Like, what are you doing? No overflow. No nothing. No fill out. Like what you doing, sir? Behave, okay? We have company. My goodness. I can't. Oh, I know we're gonna need to doctor this, so we're gonna doctor it. Now remember I said the recipe was calling for 180 grams of milk, but it should go up to 200. That's where you have your difference. You add your 20 grams of milk between 180 and 200 grams. You don't want it too thick, what we have, but you also don't want it too thin and runny. I also don't want to mix it too much to develop the gluten because I'm not making bread. Okay? Now, don't try this at home, kids. Don't try this at home. We are going to add about 1 teaspoon. Is it 1 teaspoon? Yeah. We're gonna add half teaspoon, not 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is going to be too much for the amount that we have. Ideally, you want to mix this with your flour. Ideally. Okay. I'm trying this at home, but we're trying it. If it works, you can do it. If it doesn't work, don't blame me. So I with the baking soda. Now, am I sitting here saying, oh my gosh, this looks like it's a little too runny? But do I care? No. Why? Because I'm still going to eat it. Whatever we make, whether it's pancake or pancake's cousin or pancake's distant, long lost relative, some way, twice removed, 3 times. Who knows? But we're going to make this work. Okay, so I doctored it. It looks like it's gelling back together. We have, I'm just trying to get some of the old people in so that we can, have a nice thing. But this is the consistency that we have now. It's a lot less thick than the first one, but it's also airy. Like you can see the little bubbles. So you can see it's a lot more bubbles. That's because the baking soda is reacting with the acidity in the. Why? 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 Oh my god, you so good. It smells like it's a chemical reaction. Maybe it's just all the bubbles. Yes, I'm testing the waffles. I'm testing the waffles. I'm testing the first batter with the waffles. Let me tell you. It's like, "Oop, you done? You sold this so much time though. Okay, okay, okay. Every time. There's never a time we're on live where we do this and this thing just happens to just be like, oh, it's perfect. Yo, you can pop. Talking about that. It looks like it's changing color. What is happening? It's just changing color. I know that's just the reaction that's happening, but gee. This looks a little more pancakey, but it's spreading. It's definitely spreading. But you see the difference, right? So it gets added. I'm just making sure it still smells good. That needs a little more time, but is it me or does the color look a little pale? It looks more white versus this guy, right? This guy has all the color. This guy looks like it's not even isn't any sweet potato in there. You know what I'm saying? It's giving pancake. It doesn't feel much better. So, but it's giving over here. It's giving multicolored. Like there's definitely reaction happening. That is why it's important to put your baking soda in your flour so it doesn't actually do this. Because I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Gotta focus it. It's baking soda. Okay. However, lost its it lost the sweet potato essence. Oh, okay. You need some more time because you look a mess. It looks like it's not gonna be as yellow, but maybe that's just the cooking time that we have. You see all the different bubbles, right? It looks different than the very first one that we did. Okay. What is it about trusting the process? It's talking about trusting the process and all that stuff, all that good stuff, okay? That's all the stuff. Everything. Trust yourself. Don't listen to me. I don't know. I felt like this stone needs some more time. But it looks like the baking soda was needed. It was 100% needed. For sure. Okay, so we have a vote for sweet potato muffins, and we have one vote for the sweet potato cheddar biscuits. Whew, gonna be an interesting day. Okay. Maybe we have to doctor the recipe a little at some point. Are you ready? Both of them are fine. Oh, it's okay. Okay. So this is the second one that we did. It lost the bright orange color that the first one did. The first one had. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I just want to make sure because sometimes it's easy to think that I'm only telling you because I don't want you guys to make like big stuff. Sometimes it looks like it's ready and it's not. Right? It shouldn't even take that, but it might not be all the way ready because it does have sweet potato in there. Um, so it's a little on the rich side, right? I'm telling you, this reaction that's happening right here, I need to go into science because I need to understand what's happening here. There's a discoloration that's happening, but there's no different smell, right? But it's okay. We are going to make it work. Perfect. We're gonna make it work. But the added when you mix it with baking soda, it will give you a better result. It will be lighter, it will be airier for you. It won't be as dense. Okay, taking a waffle. See, one side looks like it's done, but the other side looks like it's not. So you just need to now, are these gonna be stackable? Sure. Big and fluffy? Probably not. Because I didn't use the same recipe that I did with my first one. But again, the sweet potato adds a bit of heaviness to it. So I don't expect it to be like air. Don't expect that. But I do like what I'm seeing with the air bubbles that are happening. So I think the recipe is good. You just need to add the baking soda with the flour, and then you'll be fine. For sure, you'll be fine. Checking this guy here. Yeah, no, that's not good. Don't be burnt. Okay, don't be burnt. Nice and seasoned. It's burnt on camera. It's not seasoned. You gotta turn this down. Listen, this is all a part of for me, my pancakes only get better as my batter is depleted. They really only get better coming down to the end. It's like perfect everything. But it looks like it's fluffy because there's some height. I'm not sure if you can see it, right? But there is some height to it. So the baking soda definitely helps, which I'm but it's amazing to see the color difference of the products. One has a nice bright yellowy color, like the orangey color because of the sweet potato, and another they're more on the brown side. But I'm gonna eat them regardless. The batter actually tastes really good, so that's a good thing. I'm just trying to make sure they're not dense. I don't like anything dense. See, but judging by how this is behaving, it is light. I like a crispy edge. Fluffy pancakes. I also like pancakes that look like these because they have character. Just depends on my mood. But I'm okay with this. And I was gonna say, if you wanted to have chunks of sweet potato in your pancakes, go for it. How are you gonna achieve that? That's the but it's possible. I can see sweet potato um patches, treats. Listen, I don't understand why they all look so questionable. They all look like they didn't go to the same school. They weren't breasts from the same parents. Like genetic. Here, they all come from different families with the same lineage. It's okay. We're still gonna eat this, and it's still gonna be happy. But it looks good, it smells amazing. But it does get some height, which is also good because that's a good pancake, you know. But again, the sweet potato actually overpowers it in terms of the heaviness, so it will be a little heavier than the pancakes that you're used to in terms of how the batter is. Okay, I just took out the tester waffle, for, but we can make it for. And also, when you fry your sweet potatoes, scrape the skin. Make sure they're actually vibrant in there. Okay, because I bought sweet potatoes that didn't even have the sweet potato color. It's like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's up? So it's you know there was no color. It's like, did you guys like these up too soon? Because where's the color, right? Baby, see, this is not a sweet potato pancake right here. Okay, this is the one. I don't know about the other children, but this child right here. This is it. Obviously, for the other one, I had it on had it on the stove too high. I had the stove on too high, so that's why I got that. But if you can see here, there's a little height right there. Like you can literally see the height. Don't be like me and take the back of the spatula and just press it down. All the air is gonna go. Shit. So I'm excited. Baking soda is a must unless you want something really dense and gummy, which is not what we're going for. You can turn this batter into a waffle. You can, and it should be fine. I just can't wait to eat this because I went to the maple farm a couple weeks ago, saw how they made maple syrup, and bought some maple syrup from the farm. So I'm excited for that to be eating with this. And then I'm gonna add some eggs to it and have myself a very big hearty breakfast. Okay. Tired. I want to sleep, but it's okay. So we're still tied. I need a tiebreaker. So someone look at the poll and vote for what you want to see tomorrow. We need a tiebreaker. Okay. Because if I break the tie, I'm gonna make something y'all don't want to see. We have one vote for the sweet potato cheddar biscuits and one vote for sweet potato muffin. Zero votes for flour for the sweet potato, and it's really good too. Okay, see. Yes, they are. Juliana was asking for you, girl. I mean, I was asking for you too because I missed you. But these are definitely good breakfast things. Okay, so you can see it looks flat, right? Don't judge it, but it has a little height. Considering that doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's no eggs in there. If you had added eggs would have given it some. Well, there's no eggs. There's no baking powder. There's only a little bit of baking soda and yeah, the baking soda late. But that is okay. But I wanted to show you this. Like, do you see right here where it looks like gummy? One, it's still hot, right? But that's like the sweet potato Venus. Like it will look a little gummy, but it won't be gummy. It will also look as though it's not done, but it is. I don't know. I think I just developed a okay, this is gonna be a gummy situation. or this is gonna be nice. It's a look. You gotta look at it. It's just a look. Can't explain it. You gotta sense it. 'Cause as much as cooking or baking is about the recipe, it's all about your senses as well. Sight, your smell, your feeling it, even hearing as a baking. Gotta know what you're looking for when it's finished, what it looks like, what it smells like, anything like that. Girl, I got you. I got you. I'm so excited for the maple syrup. I'm getting stand. And I bought maple mustard and maple jelly, but I'm gonna be eating these with my maple syrup and some eggs and some fruit on the side. Can't wait. I'm excited. How the kids tea? How's school going? They started school already, right? I can August or September. I know we start in September. But yes. Patience. Patience. You need patience when you're dealing with sourdough. Anything. Can't rush it, right? You know, you gotta just take some time. Just tell it how much it's loved and needed and all that stuff for your belly. Okay? Because why are you trying to act up right now? But I'm excited because it smells good. It smells really good. I mean, I would even go as far as adding like maybe 150 grams of sweet potato instead of 120 grams just for the color, right? But it also depends on your sweet potato because it holds a lot of moisture. You don't want too much moisture in it, but it's okay because then you might not have to use a lot of milk, right? Oh wow, is he okay? Tell him his internet cousin sends all her love. Hugs and kisses. I'm happy he's healing well. But this is good. This is good. We have pancakes, for everyone. Some like them dark, some like them light, some like them in between. It's Goldilocks over here, okay? We have something for everybody. We have something for everybody. Okay, so it looks like the biscuits are in the lead. Thank you for the vote. Forget to like the stream. We're back here again tomorrow, possibly at 10 a.m. or 10:30, somewhere along the lines. Subscribe because we are doing this every single month. This is what, our fourth month doing this? Our fifth month. Okay, when you actually flip these, make sure you flip them with care. Look, just, look at what I just did. That's not cool. But it has some light to it, some height to it, which is good. That's soft. Well, that's good. This is not a funky arm. That's good that he is getting back to normal. That is all. All right. Don't forget to actually like the stream if you're enjoying it. I appreciate it. It helps me. It encourages me. Makes me want to come back to y'all. But no, this is gonna be good. I mean, I wish I had like a skillet, like a big post, but I'm okay with doing one by one. It is fine. It is fine. It is fine. Over this is some eggs. A banana. I have oranges. I feel like it. I don't think I need any strawberries, but we're good. Oh, don't be rude. We have company, but you can tell. Another thing I wanted to say, is, like if you feel it, like you can feel the softness of it. What I also wanted to say is that when you're coming down to the end of your batter mixture, it might sometimes feel like it's a bit stiff. And by stiff, I mean the final product. It's because this final batter, the amount that you have, usually gets mixed in a lot more than the earlier ones because you're trying to scrape everything together, make sure you have everything, you don't miss some batter, you're not wasting it. So that's the only thing I wanted to add. You don't want to overmix it because it's going to be tough. If you overmix anything that's intended to be light and airy, it's going to be tough. I know you don't want to eat no tough cakes. Not a bread. It's not cookie. I know you don't want to do that. It's exciting that this actually worked. I'm trying to get some pumpkin so that we can have some pumpkin in this live stream series for September. But it's Canada. We don't get pumpkin until closer to the end of September because our Thanksgiving is earlier than you guys is in the States. So we get it closer to October Thanksgiving. So I think I'm gonna buy some of the mini pumpkins and then closer to let me say Halloween. I'm gonna buy the big one and do a whole pumpkin whatever. Because the big ones are the best ones. They're like 99 cents. They're huge, right? And you can make everything. You can make puree. You can freeze it. You can do whatever you want. So I think that's what's gonna happen. I just have to keep an eye out at the supermarkets for when they actually bring them in, the big ones. The big ones are very delicious, so there's that. So we should have some apple coming in the mix. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to go apple picking, because if I do go apple picking, it probably is going to be after our live streams. But I want to get some apples to do some sweet potato stuff, some apple things, even carrots, because I feel like carrots can be fall inspired. But you guys have to let me know. Whatever you want to see, let me know. Oh, look at that! Beautiful. We're gonna be a pancake oven. I'm excited because I'm also considering that we have Vlogtober live stream all month. Y'all gonna be sick of me. Can you imagine? See, but for the sourdough bake-a-thon, it's gonna be 5 days in October, 5 days in September, 5 days in November, and December might be 7 days. Not sorry. But we'll know. We'll just go with the flow and see what happens. And then, we'll make it happen. We'll do sourdough Christmas things for December. October is also gonna be fall things. We're gonna be doing like decorating stuff. Maybe I can do a whole live stream of decorating, whatever. But no, not right now. We'll see. It all depends on how I feel in my time, and then we'll get it together. Don't worry. All of these pancakes feel amazing. So nice. Let me cover it so it can be because we're going to eat this stuff. But this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Where are the markets? Are you still doing them or they're over for the season, T? Because I know you were busy with that for a while. But yes, we have about two more pancakes to go, possibly. Yeah, two more decent sized ones. It should be good. The waffles, this is the waffle with the original batter. The batter that did not have the baking soda. It's a bit on the thick side, the gummy side. So I would say no to the original batter. Yes to the batter that includes baking soda. Okay. I've learned anything without any sourdough like product style that's not bread needs a little boost because no matter how active the discard is, it still needs a little help, especially if I'm not letting it sit for an extended period of time. It needs some help, and it just aerates the dough itself with whatever dough you have. Whether it's a batter, like pancake batter, bread dough. You know, like I shouldn't even say dough, but so cake batter, muffin batter, pancake batter, waffle batter, any type of batter, it will definitely need a boost. Okay, the sourdough is not going to be enough unless, right, you let it sit for 3 to 4 hours, just rest because time is sourdough's best friend. Time is what you need. So if you don't have time, the boost would be the baking soda. That way you can make it up quick, bake, quick, mix, cook, whatever. Right? When you're doing stuff with bread, with the sourdough starter or your discard, it is going to require fermentation time for it to just relax, breathe, create the gases that you need to give you the lift that you're looking for. It's all the science. So never say you don't ever need to use baking soda. I mean, you don't need to use baking powder, but baking soda gives it a little boost. It's a good boost to have, and I'm not ashamed to use it. Okay, so that's something to think about when you're making products like cookies, muffins, little cakes, pancakes, anything like that. It's something to think about because I'm only telling you this based on my experience. I've tried it with and without. You've seen the test, show you the end results. But we've done enough of these live streams for us to know we need baking soda. Just a little, not a lot. Something acidic to help it, but preferably baking soda, what we need. So, I love doing these. These get my brain going. It makes me think about what I should have done differently, what I can do for the next time. So, it's all a process. Now I'm thinking I want to make sweet potato. Maybe we just do all sweet potato because I want to do like a loaf cake and or loaf. I call it a loaf cake because essentially that's what it is. So you could do the muffins and you could do a loaf. Mm. So think carrot cake or banana bread in the loaf. Think that with sweet potato, but I want some nuts and some raisins because that's what I like. Maybe I'll get fancy. Maybe I'll add a drizzle. Like, that's one of those things. I'm just thinking about all the different things that I can make for fall. But I'm excited because I'm still happy that we're still able to actually have these live streams, just adjusted. I mean, some months they might not be in the morning, they might be in the evening. Right? So it's just one of those things. So we're almost done. We have one more pancake, and then I'll show you the end results. Waffle maker is going that thing. But it smells delicious. We doctored it live so that you can see with or without the baking soda, the end results that you have. So it should be good. So I'm just gonna do the last one. And the good thing about these, they freeze very well. So even if you make a bunch, yeah, for sure. Definitely, definitely will be. My house is gonna smell like a nice bakery over here. But the pancakes freeze well because I usually like make a bunch and freeze them. All you gotta do is pop them in the oven, warm them up. Do what you're doing, but warm them up in the oven. And they're good as new. I eat them, pop them in the oven and eat them. I don't even put maple syrup or anything. I just, it's grab and go. Sometimes I make breakfast tacos with pancakes and eggs in the middle. What? Yes, I'm a super fatty. I make them big enough. They're not crepes, but I make them big enough so that I can put my waffles in them. Not my waffles. My my eggs. Make some eggs and put the eggs in the middle and dress it all up. And that's a good thing. Oh, that's a big boy right there. Okay, that could have been two. But yeah, you can do whatever you want, but that's what I do. Okay. I save my fat, you know, for myself. I don't showcase how greedy I am. And I'm not greedy. I just, when I like something, I like it. I don't showcase that to you guys, okay? Don't. But I sure will tell you. I will tell you what I do over here. It's all good. We're just gonna make that last one. So then I'll show you everything. 'Cause it's gonna be a big breakfast for me. 100%. I'll show you every single thing because honestly, that's what we do. But it looks good. Like there's her bubbles, there's a lot of bubble action happening since we've added the baking soda, which is good. It's not thick, it's not dense. Also not gummy. Gummy is not what we want. We don't need gummy. All right. So this is the last guy. And it's interesting. What? That's the best one. Look how beautiful that is. That's gorgeous. Okay. That is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm also thinking about Christmas. Like, do y'all want to see me every day for Christmas? Do we want to make gingerbread houses for Christmas? Like, it'll be epic. Thinking about every time I wake up and get my day started, I think about you guys. Think about what we got, what we can do, and how we can make this fun, and all the things that we can get into, right? So we're just gonna go with the flow. And we're just gonna have a good time. So it looks like tomorrow we have 4 votes. You know, it looks like tomorrow we're gonna make sourdough, sweet potato, cheddar biscuits. I'm excited. Why? Because how does one make a biscuit? Do you make it like a scone? Because scones are biscuits, they are like biscuits, right? How do you make this? Questions and more. Okay, so this is a good time. So we're good. This is gonna be cooked out. We're gonna put the butter on, and then we're gonna show you with me. I'm gonna show you everything that we made, which is really just pancakes. But I'm going to show you the test one without the baking soda and then the one with the baking soda. The ones with baking soda. I'm a little sick right now. So forgive me if I sound super nasal or of the sort, but we're going to do this as long as I'm able to. Okay. Great. Okay. I think I'm ready. Okay, good. All right. So everything that we've made, it's only pancakes. Okay. This guy, I'm gonna touch it because I'm not eating this one. This guy was the very first one that we made. But this one was made, as you can see the little sweet potato specks. This guy was made. It's the same batter. The only thing is this one did not have baking soda. So it ended up being like really, like as you can see, gummy and dense. Not what you're looking for in a pancake, right? Like look at that. I'll just make it, right. So after we did that test, I decided to put in baking soda. But I also did, and I showed you earlier, I did the waffle test with the first batter. And it also, if this is what will show you the real gumminess and denseness of the product, right? So as I've been saying, and I keep stressing it because I need you to know, you need a little baking soda. No baking powder, no added yeast, just a little bit of baking soda just to help you get a little aerated in your dough, in your batter, I mean, and it will help. Now, these are all the ones that were made with the baking soda. Now, they are all part of the same family, okay? Just different complexions. But as you can see, it's a lot lighter, right? It's a lot softer, as you can see. So the first two ones, there's three actually, they're questionable, but you get this one. But as you can see, it's softer, but it is a little heavier because of the sweet potato. But as you can see, it's not gummy. Like you can see the difference. It's not gummy or anything, and there was some lift to it, which is a good thing. Right? It tastes good. I'm about to eat that with my maple syrup for it to be good. And I don't like wasting food, so yes, that was a waste, but it's okay. We can accept it. One. So this is the end result. Uh, Sourdough Bake-a-thon. We made pancakes. I will post the final picture once I'm done everything. I'll post it for you so that you can actually see. Um, sorry, but it was a good test. The sweet potato flavor is there. It's a subtle flavor, but it's still there. If I wanted to increase the potato flavor, maybe I would up the sweet potato. However, you can also doctor it with spices to get the flavor that you want, something more pronounced. Use ginger, nutmeg, and cinnamon. I didn't add any vanilla. You can add some vanilla. You just need things that will actually make the flavor more pronounced and all the flavors blending together. But it tastes really good. It's gonna taste amazing with the maple syrup. So I think this was a success. I'm so sorry about my coughing, but this was a success. I'm happy about it. It tastes good on its own. It's not overly sweet, which is a good thing. But there's a hint of sweetness because I added brown sugar. If you don't want to use brown sugar, you can use maple syrup or honey, but you can also go based on the sweetness of the sweet potato. But it's good. Okay, that is it. Tomorrow we are going to be making. I'm just going to end the poll now. We're going to be making the sweet potato cheddar biscuits tomorrow. Back here tomorrow. I think we're here at 10 or 10:30. I'll double check, but we're back here tomorrow live again. And we're going to be making something delicious. Again, this is the first time we're making all of these things, so they may or may not come out. Okay? We may or may not have to have a redemption series like we did for August, right? In August. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's just a learning process. This is my first time dealing with sourdough anything this year. So I'm learning. I'm trying to help you help me, right? But that is it. I will see you guys here tomorrow for another video and another live stream. Okay. Thank you so much for showing up. Thanks, Juliana. Thanks, T. Thanks, all the other ones that are watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you back here tomorrow.